The vehicles crossing path, the amplified noise, it's audible activity. The demon in 55 is pacing back and forth directly above my head in the living room, and the demons representing Alan D. Wapner's corrupt state actor, the Ontario International Airport, is deviating from anywhere near an airport to be hovering over the senior citizen complex, and doing so as I'm documenting, as was revealed in the PDF. WSA, the people, the demonic pattern of conduct at the moment that I'm waking up, which all of a demon-possessed entity is aware of simultaneously as one. Demons begin pacing over Woodside Senior in a commercial airline planes. The demon begins pacing above my head in the living room. The demon begins using the communication device inside of the apartment. And this is not sunlight, this is engineered light. And the sun would not be rising at the same place that it's setting. You can also not hear the train at this location. This is understanding you're looking at the demonic. I'm documenting the ongoing amplification. You're listening to the demonic. It is P.O.C. This is the prosecution of AVANATH communities as I'm going to drain their pockets, but this is also the prosecution of the state of California. This is the sunrise. It's currently 7:19. I want to be clear, 11 hours later. This is where the sunset is. This is where you saw the Ontario police fly right over my head at a helicopter while the entity is engaged in federal stalking, which represents AVANATH communities who were group stalking then, and they're group stalking now with the population. Group stalking in relevant position on the street. That's a demon stalking in the path with a vehicle as a method of light. They're driving in what is engineered light, not sunlight. That's group stalking by the population, while the whole center of the universe remains here. And this is where the fake sun is setting 11 hours later. That's how you're recognizing targeting. Audible activity, that's impossible through the use of sky space surveillance methods such as Ontario International Airport's commercial planes that are heard inside of the apartment. The use of the train, which is impossible to hear at this location as well. It's a means of what is nonetheless audible activity and movement all around in that environment that's entirely supernatural. I want to be clear, at 10:30 in the morning, when you're looking at the Ontario and hearing the Ontario Police Department flying over, they're exhibiting demon possession. They're group stalking under this fake sun that remains here. 4 hours later, it's right here. 5 hours later, it's right here. As I walk to the end of the parking lot, it's right here. The people walking in the parking lot, these are demons that are pacing. That's what this demon in 55 is doing, pacing. And the demon in 51 is stalking right in the path, in the bedroom, in perfect alignment with my position here. None of them have to speak to you, look at you, in order to be aware of your consciousness. And the reason why I'm detailing this is because this is the basis of the ongoing terrorism as a demon-possessed entity engaging in surveillance. And it's relevant for also psychological torture. This is impossible light activity, and the placement of the light source has nothing to do with what is remaining at all times, having nothing to do with the fake sun, the engineered light that's on the back door behind the front door. Light that is illuminating my hand, shooting into the apartment onto the wall. It's not sunlight, while the fake sun is in this position here. And it's also not, none of this is sunlight. This is all engineered light. It's not the sun that's going to be at the same property for 11 hours, and it's also not sunlight. That creates your upright shadow on the walls that I've documented at all hours of the day. This is malice. While the people of the state live inside of their own apartments, while the people of the state live all around you in that apartment, that's what 55 represents. The demons representing a corrupt airport that's engaging in state surveillance. And they're all engaging in what is present physically. The demons in the parking lot begin walking around. They're engaging in pacing conduct. This is a sex offense that's simultaneously documented because this ongoing corporate knowledge is also occurring when your genitalia is exposed, when you're engaging in private personal conduct, which Alan D. Wapner's Ontario International Airport, Mike Lorenz's Ontario Police Department, AVANATH Communities, profiting while this state system is underway is all basis of understanding civil and criminal prosecution. Okay, so I want to be clear, it's 7:22 a.m. and I am detailing as of 6:54 a.m. Immediately the demon begins, again, outside of what would be quiet enjoyment, which the demon inside of the apartment is never complaining about, in the same way that the demons that are group stalking are never complaining about planes that have no business outside of zoning laws, hovering over the senior citizen complex day and night, hovering over the apartment complex in helicopters day and night, because they're fully engaged in the pattern of conduct, which is nothing other than a circumstantial basis of understanding the conspiracy that the people of the state, demons, are group stalking with the state of California, a demon-possessed entity that is engaging in federal group stalking and monitoring, and the surveillance system that is satanic remains underway. This is illuminating my hand inside of the apartment. This is absolutely impossible light activity. While this demon, again, license plate 5WUV715, this represents the demon-possessed entity that's group stalking in the parking lot, group stalking on Vine Avenue using vehicles. That's not traffic. That's demonic pacing. It's surveillance by the people. And that's what you're doing by living at the property, engaging in what is clearly substantial noise disruption, and doing so pursuant to knowledge of demon, knowing the moment that I wake up. And that's when this pacing begins. Again, AVANATH communities will compensate for the ongoing terrorism as an entity, psychological harms, the perpetual sex offense, and federal stalking by all of the state of California. It is currently 7:23 a.m. That is the entity maintaining the fake sun. Remember, after 6 p.m., the entity is seen on video stalking not only in helicopter, but the light source remains in perfect alignment with the same physical position where I stand 11 hours later. That's the ongoing evidence in the context regarding everything that I just described to you that demons are also aware of. You're physically you're being conscious. I'm waking up, opening my eyes, but not moving, and the pacing and amplification ensues. Okay, that's POC. It's currently 7:23 a.m.